up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are down here. We are down here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac. I actually enjoyed both episodes and laughed. Honey, Wanda is a mess. We're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville first, and then we'll talk about Potomac. All right, so there's nobody at the park. I'm sure they'll be here early. It's supposed to be really, really hot today. And I'm down here later than usual. I woke up a little later today because it's, a day off. Damn, I almost rolled up on the damn thing. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. So we down here, right? All right, so let's talk about not Real Housewives, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I thought it was actually a pretty good episode. It was actually really funny. Wanda is really funny. But I'll have to say this. I would have cussed Wanda out a long time ago. I would have cussed that lady out. I'm trying to make sure my scarf is all right. All right, so let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? So they start off where they left off, right? Where they were at Blaque and all the men were outside, all of them talking like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I just don't like the sound of Cadrick. Is that his voice? I can't stand the sound of his voice. It is so... does not vibe. The frequency is off. It's like, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard for me, the way he talks. I know he can't help it, but that was something that stood out for me when he was talking. I was like, nigga, will you spit it out? You sound like you have a loaf of bread in your mouth. Spit it out. Like the way that Darian was talking on Put a Ring on It, how they start talking all goop, 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 like they got fucking golf balls in their fucking throat. It's so gross. Anyways, let me get back to the episode. So Martell was saying that him and Melody are not compatible. We find out that Wanda is following Coleslaw all over the internet and liking her pictures and everything like that. And so back inside, Melody and Wanda are going back and forth because remember last week Melody, she was trying to tell Melody to like get back with Martell. And then she was like, I'm not y'all friend. Tisha is y'all friend. And Tisha's not following her. So in other words, you shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing, right? If you don't have the relationship with me, don't worry about what I'm doing. If I'm following the girl and liking her pictures, if it was Tisha, then you should be mad at her. But it's me. And you and I aren't friends. That's what she told her, okay? So Tisha don't follow her, so don't worry about it. So then Destiny chimes in with her jaws and was like, this woman broke up a family. And Wanda said, Martell broke up his family. You're always trying to blame the woman. It's like, Wanda is like, it's like those women who know men ain't shit, but still see some type of value in having the man there. Like, she feels like Melody is not going to, and we all agree that with 4 children, the dating pool for Melody is like, it's probably chopped in up. She probably has now access to she now has access to a very limited dating pool. We get it. And so Wanda's idea is that Melody needs to get back with Martell because ain't no other man gonna want you, right? Not even thinking about maybe she doesn't want to be in a relationship right now. Maybe, maybe she'll be one of those women who wait until her children get older and then start, dating or whatever. Maybe she, we'll never know. Destiny said, well, you're saying that they were upset because she was saying that the girl was pretty. Now, I'm not going to lie. The girl is pretty. Wanda was flipping shit on them back and forth. It was too much because it's like she's being contradictory in her advice. It's like, in 1 minute, you know good and goddamn well Ariane did not break up Martell's family. Martell broke up his family. So don't be trying to break up and trying to say this woman came in here and broke up a home. She didn't have nothing to do with it. She might have assisted because she was the partner in the crime, but she didn't come up with the plan and devise a plan and execute the plan. That was Martell. That was Martell. And so, but her coming back and saying, y'all need to be together, right, is just contradictory. Anyways, so she tells them that they have low self-esteem. If I can't say that Ariane is pretty, y'all got low self-esteem. And then Destiny gets up with her. Destiny, I don't know. I'm with Wanda. Do Melody got the fucking bananas, bitch? Because you running after her like a fucking monkey. And she be talking to you crazy as hell. Like talking down to you, or talking, like when I say talking down, but talking to her in a way like it's almost like talking to a child, as if she doesn't know. You know how you talk, like condescending. That's what it is. She's condescending with Destiny. So she runs after her, and she tells her tells the girls they have low self-esteem and this and that. So they back outside. So they keep trying to get Martell to say he loves the girl. If you love her, you don't need a paternity test. So the assumption is if you don't love her, then it's possible that your child can be someone else's, so you'll ask for a paternity test. When I tell you men get around and sound like a bunch of drunk niggas talking, like no drinks at all, and everybody sounds drunk. Everybody. And everybody sounds drunk. The logic is drunk. The advice is drunk. Everything is just drunk. Drunk. That's what I call it. Drunk logic. It's like no rationale, no rationale, no reasoning, no compromising, no coming to resolution, just drunk. Did you get married a second time? Marsau says, no, hell no, I'm doing this one time and that's it. I don't have a plan B. I said, I know that's right. And they took it as, they were kind of positioning as like, if you get a divorce, are you going to get married again? And Lewis, he was talking about, it gets lonely out here. I need somebody to take care of me because I'm so lonely out here in these streets. Then Maurice really fixes his mouth and says to his brother, you don't value marriage, because he said he wouldn't get married again. From my perspective, it sounded like he basically said, I'm going to make this marriage work because I'm only going to do this one time. I don't have a plan B. Tell me what y'all thought he was saying, because that's how I took it. I have a different perspective. From their perspective, it was basically like, your marriage is going to end and you're going to want to get married again. Men get married real fast after divorce. Men get married real fast. If Martell wanted to marry Ariane, she as much of a side dish as she was, as much as he called her a peasant on television, as much as I think, didn't he ask her for a paternity test? I think so. I'm not too sure. I think so, because I feel like they were on the phone one time in the car and it was like a conversation. If he asked her to marry him, she would marry him. No question. No question. She'd be picking out China patterns tomorrow. Okay? Honey, let me tell you something. The Yelp reviews. Like, I don't even understand, like, well, especially a man that has been married twice. A man who's been married twice. How the hell do you end up with a third partner? Like a fool. Like a fool. That's how, like, I'm telling you, they get married faster than women. Look at the rates of when people get a divorce. Who gets remarried first? It's the man. Because it's like, I don't even, whatever, y'all. Live your life. I said I was going to stay out of y'all business. I don't want to marry again. I'll stay married. So they go back in there with Wanda. Wanda says, I could see Melody and Martell together. And Melody is like, you are like those old women. We talked about that last season. And I think that's what Martell was hoping, that when Melody went to look for advice, that she was going to come across a bunch of old ass aunties, right, who know men ain't shit, but will encourage you to stay in an ain't shit marriage, a toxic marriage, a marriage where you are being, what did Melody say? A marriage that is killing you. You dying inside. Your edges is on the floor. Your midsection is out of control. Cortisol levels up. But honey, as long as you got a man, girl, it's all good, girl. It's all good. Why do old women encourage? I believe that Martell really thought that that's the advice that she was going to get from older women. Just stay with him, girl. It's hard out here. Ain't no other man gonna want you with 4 kids, girl. You better stay with him, girl. Don't worry about what's going on inside. And like Wanda said, you knew about it. She said, and then Melody was trying to clean it up, saying that she did not know for 2 years that Martell was cheating on her. She found out at the 2-year mark, right? Martell was cheating on Melody for half of their marriage. They was married, 12 years? And he been with that girl for 5? Yeah, so you was with that girl for half of your marriage. So you're telling me 5 years prior, Melody wasn't sucking your dick, and so you could not control yourself, and so you had to go find you some young chick who's ignorant as fuck and go have her suck your dick and then create a relationship with her, and then for her then to turn around and call her a peasant. Like, it's just like I told you, men are audacious. It's the audacity for me. So she said, you basically knew that Martell was cheating all 6 years, and she was like, no, I didn't. She was like, I knew 3 years. It went on 3 years after I found out about it at the 2-year mark. I guess he was going on and off. She was like, y'all just might as well be sister wives. Y'all might as well be sister wives. And then I think Wanda asked Melody, did she talk to the girl? And Melody, but when I tell you, when Melody turned the fuck up, she was like, bitch, what? Like, talk to her? I don't talk to her. Her voice started getting all high pitched and everything. And she was like, Wanda has a problem. She needs to get her own life. She's inserting herself in our business. You know what? As out of order and as wrong as Wanda is, her energy, that older woman, auntie, old school, but still like she understands. Like, she's the type of woman that will tell you a man is going to be a man. She's that type of woman. She knows men ain't shit. She knows they ain't shit. She knows it. But she still has those old school mentality, where she needs to be in her dynamic in this group. And then the fact that all of them are like teetering on whether or not to respect her or not, because she's the mother of someone in the friend group, when she's always out of order and they are old enough. It's like the dynamic between Black kids, adults, right, of parents, and this blind respect that you are trained to have for elders. Even when they get besides themselves, you have been trained that no matter what, that's just who they are. Respect them when they say crazy shit to you. So it is amazing to see the dynamic of how all of them are trying to deal with Wanda. Like Kimmi, done. Marsau, done. Melody, she tries, but she ends up leaving. She says, even though I don't really fool with Wanda, I was entertaining her, but you gonna get these lips if you keep talking to me. And the dynamic of her being in there, and she knows it. That's why when she walked out of Blaque and she was laughing, I was like, you bitch, you. I would have been cussed her ass out. She would not be able to pull rank and this hierarchical template with me. She would not be able to do it. I would cuss her ass out every time. We could talk and we could laugh, but you get out of line, bitch, I'm stepping right on out of line with you. We gonna be out of the lines together. You're not going to, especially, we're all adults. We all in here have children, and you still expect respect just because you older than me and you somebody's mama? No. It's a new day. It is a new motherfucking day, Wanda. And every time I would greet Wanda and talk to her, but the minute she get out of order, bitch, it's going to be disorder up in here, because I'm going to get out of order too. And you're not going to like it. You really not going to like it. You're not going to like it. Because you already on a limited lexicon. baby. 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 Step out of line, Wanda. See, and I love that Marsau, he's at the point where he doesn't give a shit. And the dynamics between them is really good. Carlos, you know what the fuck you doing with Wanda. And even the episode was W.A.P. Wanda ain't playing. She not. That bitch went through and like a wrecking ball. And she went through like a wrecking ball. Cussed out. She got in. Got Kimmi in her bag. Got Melody in her bag. Got Marsau. Got everybody in their bag ready to cuss her ass out. And they like teetering on the line because even Melody was like, girl, you know, I hope that this doesn't mess anything up with me and Tisha because we know how she is about her mother. She knows her mother. And I'm sorry, y'all can't hold that card over people's head. LaTisha, you know how your mother is, and I'm letting you know now, if your mother gets out of line with me, I'm getting out of line with her. I'm letting you know now. So you better get your mother together, because I'm the one. The right one, okay? Wanda knows what the hell she's doing. She needs to get a life. So as Melody's leaving, Marsau goes out. He kind of gives her like a side hug. I do actually think that Marsau flirts with Melody. I think they have a flirtatious energy. And it's in friend groups, you may have, you know, for black women, I don't know what it is. I would think that black women would be a little bit more liberal, but there's a real staunch traditional mindset in the way when it comes to partnering and partnership. It's very, very conservative, very conservative. And it's like in friend groups, we see women and their friends and their husbands kind of flirt back and forth, like on like Nene and Peter. Whether this ain't Phaedra, no, but Nene and Peter, they flirted with each other, right? Joe Benigno and Dolores, they flirt with each other. It's fun, it's harmless, but Marsau and Melody, when you know the man, it's really it's the man, and that's why she has a problem with him going to visit. If you're so confident and you're not insecure, you would not have a problem. Maybe because she's single now, but you wouldn't have a problem with Marsau going to take Melody a bottle of wine and meeting her for a bottle of wine. I don't see why that would be a problem. As married people, if you are married, would you feel a way if your husband took something and met up with one of your newly single girlfriends, who's a part of your friend group, who you know, husband, you know her ex-husband and everything? Would you feel a way if your husband met up with her? If he told you something different, now that might be the problem. If he told you something different when he actually met up with her, because here we are, there's no reason to lie. And either you lying because you're trying to gain something, or you lying because you're afraid that somebody might find out something that you was doing. So what is it? What you trying to get? So maybe that's what it is. Because for me, I'm not so unaware that I can't see that Melody and Marsau flirt back and forth. And I don't know what it is. He might like Melody's ambitiousness. Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? He might like that about her and how she gets shit together and she handles her business. Like he might see her like as a good, I don't know. Anyways, this is getting too long. Anyways, I'm over explaining. Anyways, so y'all run behind. Okay, so Kimmi and what's her name and Wanda are going back and forth. And they said, she was like, y'all run behind Melody. And I think Melody would take him back. Kimmi agreed. I was like, what? Okay. Kimmi agreed. Ooh, I need to get my studio together, honey. But that sun was beaming on your girl's face. I'm about to look like Phantom of the Opera, because it's only going to be 10 on one side. So y'all run behind her, take her back. You think I give a shit? You come through like a wrecking machine. Tisha requires a lot from people that she can't give. I agree. I don't, basically Kimmi said I don't read her down because she's sensitive. She's not sensitive. She's not sensitive. Y'all think she's sensitive. She's not sensitive. She's manipulating y'all. I would have been cussed Tisha's ass out too, her and her mama. So you be on social media. So Wanda was trying to play a game with Kimmi, and Kimmi was 2 steps ahead of her. What do you see me doing on social media? I see a lot of things. What do you see? I see a lot of things. You know what I see. No, tell me what you see. You know what? Oh, so you don't know? So you don't know, girl. We're not playing that game. We're not playing that game where you make a broad general statement trying to cast out, trying to catch something, and me come up with, what did you see me do, and say something random so that you can be like, yeah, that's it. No, we're not playing this game, Wanda. Y'all and Kimmi around the same age. You're not gonna play them games on her. No, we're not gonna do it. So you forgot what you was doing? Girl, what the fuck did you see, bitch? I think she called her a bitch. I think they took that out. I think they took it out because I feel like she would have said it though. Maybe she didn't call her a bitch because it sure did sound like she did. I'm trying to make sure. You know when you talk too much, the lip gloss starts to look funny. I gotta make sure, honey. She said, well, what the fuck did you see? She didn't call her a bitch, but it sounded like she said, show me what you saw. Anyway, so she said, stop fucking talking about it. And she left Blaque laughing. That's why she need her ass cussed out, Wanda. So Melody, so like I asked on Twitter when I was watching it this morning, are we supposed to just ignore these elementary ass lyrics that Melody is not singing in the booth? Melody, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Melody's voice is horrible. I'm sorry. It sounds like her speaking voice. It's terrible. It's terrible. You know, I'm all for running after your dreams. If you have the means to make your dreams come true, do it. If that's your dream to be a singer, I'm all for that. But the truth is, Melody cannot sing. She sounds awful. Everything I click on YouTube, it sounds terrible. It just does not sound, she just does not have a good singing voice. And the lyrics, you're so uncool, you're so uncouth, my friends be roasting you. And then it sounds really awful. You just listen to her without a track. And, you know, just raw, I can deal without it. It's not my type of music anyway, you know, but... And then the next song is called Side Chick of the Year or something. I get what Melody is saying, like, you're not going to give me a time limit on when I can talk about, you know, the trauma that I've been through. I'm all for it. I don't know. I would maybe stuck to poetry, maybe a spoken word. I don't know, but your voice with musical notes, it just doesn't go for me. Not for me. And I don't know if we're supposed to be like, oh, Melody, let's support Melody because she's went through a divorce with, you know, Martell with his tight ass shirts on because he gained 20 pounds. Talking about it's a hot boy summer. He looks like he is about to bust. He could have an ice cube and that nigga's about to bust out of his shirt. It's a mess, Martell. I need you to just wear a medium, okay? Not an extra medium, or I don't know what you're going for. I don't know what look you're trying to give. The shirts are too tight, and I know you can buy some new shirts. I don't know if you're trying to save money and you're like wearing clothes that are too small. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to show off your cakes and your chest and stuff. I don't know, but it looks crazy to me. Martell, anyway, so he got them tight shirts on. Anyways, so I don't know if we're supposed to be like supporting. Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Because I don't want anybody getting in a comment and like, Erica, that's mean. You know, we're all supposed to sit here and clap for her like she's 7 years old and her first recital and she's not getting it right, and we're just gonna be like, yes, Melody! No, we're not going to do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I'm trying to figure out, I just want to tread lightly because I know that a lot of people identify with the thing that Melody went through. A lot of people identify with that. And so now their identity is tethered to Melody. So when you say something about Melody, people feel like they got to defend her. It doesn't matter how awful she sounds. Maybe I've spent too much time on this, so I'm going to just move forward. Okay. Destiny was talking about how Tiffany was crying at Blaque. She says, I was calm. You were aggressive at my house. She wants to tell her she was aggressive at the house. And she was like, no, I wasn't aggressive. And I'm tired of Melody saying that I was aggressive. I just don't like the way that Melody talks to Destiny. It's very condescending. It's very much so. Destiny is right because it does come off as though she's talking to a younger person who doesn't understand, and so you have to explain things to them. But you know, Destiny, she's been off on like her social cues might be off, but she was saying that Tiffany's social cues are off too, and she needs to learn how to read a room. And so that's when Melody was like, girl, you do too, because you were like aggressive when I was at your house. You are aggressive. And she was like, well, you need to understand where I'm coming from. I'm defending myself. She said, I'm defending myself. And she said, what did she say? She said she wouldn't bring nobody around that she didn't feel was going to be a good fit for the group. If she wasn't a good person. She was like, but sometimes, you know, my friends, she was like, well, you know, you brought me in the group too, so I hope that you defend me the way that you're defending her. She was like, well, I understand my friends, and I understand that some of my friends can stick up for themselves and some of them need a little bit more help. And she said, no, just because I don't, basically because I'm not expressing that I'm sensitive too. So I might need that help too. Just because this girl cries doesn't mean that she's more sensitive. We all people cry, like literally people cry for different reasons. Tears are ignited for different triggers, and people can cry. Some people can do it like that. And the way that Tiffany was crying at the thing, I was like, I needed to see what was happening, but I guess, you know, she talks about that in a second. So I know this is getting a little off topic. I did too much talking. Tiffany and Kimmi. Tiffany was talking about Kimmi. What happened with Kimmi and Maurice was a lot, and that she understands the intention about the bad timing, but she felt like it was bad timing to come to her at Blaque. And she felt blindsided. And then he was like, yeah, Oompa was like, I was about to go get a shot, but I'm glad I didn't get a shot because that would have been a different story. What you saying? One shot with your big ass would have been a different story? You can't tell me your big wide body ass is a damn lightweight. One shot and that conversation with Maurice would have gone differently? Girl, shut up. You sound stupid as hell. Melody said that the husbands and wives don't communicate. Okay, that's what you said about them? Okay, Melody. We talk about everything. This is our second marriage, so we're very transparent. We talk about everything, because if you don't, resentment starts setting in. That's their advice. You better listen. So she said, I thought it was all over, and then when Kiowa came over, we started to rehash it again. Well, why wouldn't you think his biological mother would come over there? You're talking about her child, right? So there's two things happening. You talked about somebody's child, but then you also spotlighted that Maurice and Kimmi aren't communicating. So there's two things you got to deal with, homegirl. And so she said she felt like they were over communicating with her, and she felt like Maurice was mad at her for not coming to him, and instead of telling Kimmi. That she might be right about that. And Oompa says that public shame was not the intent, and you know, but we're not gonna keep rehashing this over and over again. So Martell and Fred, now Fred is divorced, ladies. I know Fred is cute. His little eyebrows were really cute on his face. I was like, look at his eyebrows. They look so thick and curly. His eyebrows, he was a nice looking dude, but he's divorced. So we need to find out the other side of the story. We need to read the Yelp reviews before we ask Carlos to cast him next season. Wouldn't that be something if him and Melody started talking? Anyway, So Martell he comes up to this building site, and we see this guy named Fred, right? So Fred is, him and Martell are in business together. So basically, Fred, the way the way that Martell explained it in his explanation, so I read between the lines. Basically, Martell got with Fred because Fred has the credentials that he needs, and he basically conned his way into a business partnership and was dishonest with his business partner and not letting him know that he didn't have a builder's license, right? All that shit that Marcel was saying in his interview, I translated for him. So that's what he was basically saying. Because when he told Fred that he didn't have his builder's license, and Fred's neck broke, looked at him like, nigga, what did you just say to me with these cameras right here? He said, honestly, and Fred, that's what you get for assuming. See, men can walk through with confidence, conviction, and they conning you the whole time because you assume that was your fault, Fred, for assuming that based on his knowledge that he had the credentials, and he didn't. It was his wife. She had the credentials. So that's what you get. And I wouldn't trust Martell because sounds like Martell wasn't completely honest with you, and he basically lied by omission. He didn't tell you that he didn't have his builder's license. You assumed that he did because of his knowledge and his expertise in this field, but it was his wife. So he doesn't have the credentials. Why didn't you have it? He said. And then Martell tells him that because Melody had the builder's license, Chris went to her and he didn't appreciate that. But I'm supposed to wait for you to get your builder's license? So I'm supposed to lose out on working with somebody that actually does, who's connected to you. Would you have rather me gone to a whole other person that wasn't connected to these 47 acres at all? So you didn't like the fact that you didn't have your builder's license. Your wife had the builder's license. He told you because it was contingent on you and Melody, right? Because you wouldn't have been able to do it without Melody. So a year ago, when Chris told you and promised you that 47 acres, to build on them 47 acres, you and Melody were still connected. And now that you're not, I'm going to her. Just because you brought all this stuff to me does not mean that I need to go. You don't have the credentials. I'm not about to lose out on this business because you're not ready. You're not ready. So the only one that's going to lose is you. You keep losing, Martell, because you don't take care of your business and you're out of control and you don't have enough discipline. And that's clear by the way you ruined the business of your marriage. You don't handle your business. And that's clear, and it's a pattern that we see. Why you didn't tell old boy that you didn't have your builder's license and you just let him assume that you did, and he went into partnership with you? And the reason why you got with him is because he has a builder's license. That's why. You do bad business. You do bad business. He mad at Chris because Chris wasn't going to pass up the whatever he was going to pass up. And he went to somebody else, just let it fall through. He's supposed to wait for you to get your builder's license. Do Martell got his builder's license? I'm sure y'all know. Did he ever get it? Raggedy. So Wanda goes over Tisha and Marsau's house. Marsau is looking through the blinds. It's hilarious. He's looking through the blinds, and they sit down, and they're talking about, she said, girl, I got to tell you what happened at Blaque. And she was like, well, what happened, girl? So they're over there gossiping. And she's telling her that she was trying to get Martell and Melody back together. And she was like, why are you trying to do that? That don't have nothing to do with you. Basically, you know what? In this scene, I'm glad Tisha stuck up for herself. She stuck up for herself, and she's getting better. The only thing is I don't think that you should expect, knowing that you're clearly aware of how your mother acts. And for you to expect other people who don't really owe your mother anything but respect, you're expecting them to have the respect for your mother that they have for you, and in turn respect your mother, but your mother is disrespectful and you know it. And I don't think it's fair for LaTisha to hold that over all of their heads, because that's all of them haven't cussed her out because she's LaTisha's mother, and LaTisha holds that over her head, over their head, and in turn they are being disrespected by your mother, and it's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. So she tells her that she told the girl, she said that the girl was beautiful. And she said, I would have never, I don't care how pretty she is, I would have never said that old girl was beautiful. I would have never said that. And she was like, well, that seems like that. She was like, that seems like people are insecure. And she says, well, you know, after I got, you know, Melody out of there, basically Melody ran up out of there. You know how she run after there. You know, Destiny was running back behind her. That's when she said that Destiny had the bananas because Melody had the bananas because Destiny was a monkey running after her. It looked like a monkey running after her. She said, LaTisha said, whatever they're doing, don't worry about it. However I choose to deal with them, you don't have to stick up for me. You don't have to stick up for me. You don't have to speak for me. And then she said, well, you know, Kimmi, she gonna lose a lot of things, and the first thing she's gonna lose is some 2 front teeth. Bitch. Wanda has all the one-liners. She was really funny. Well, she was like, it's all about communication. You can't be fighting with people. It's all about communication now. The older you get, you need to communicate. It's her telling her mother this, okay? She says, well, I also need to see what you said first. So you're clear that your mother is out of order. And it's unfair for you to expect everyone to have respect for her when she doesn't respect them. It's like, it's really a mind fuck to expect somebody to respect someone who is disrespecting them. That's nowhere okay anywhere. It's not okay anywhere. You would not do that in real life. So for you as an adult to sit across from a person and allow them to disrespect you simply because they're an elder, that's an old way. That's the old way. We don't do that anymore. You gonna get a talking to. What you gonna do, whoop me? Because we just gonna be fighting, and guess who's gonna win? So are you gonna whoop me? Like that's at the end of the day. Is that what's gonna happen? Because why do I have to respect somebody who's not respecting me? Where do they do that at? Where? Like literally, where do they do that? Where you can disrespect someone and them have to show you respect in return. It don't work like that at all. See, I done got mad. Let her take up for her. If Kimmi wants to take up for Melody, that don't have nothing to do with me. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. You don't need to speak about it. I love that she was letting her tell her that she was telling her. She's like, I don't like to argue. I like to throw rocks. Yes, lady, we know you got an old slingshot over there with boulders in it that you like to sling and knock the whole damn building down and then leave laughing. We know your game, Wanda, and we know why you're here. But one day we are going to get to see somebody tear your ass up with their words, and you're not going to like it. And that's going to, as soon as that happens, that's going to be the end of the relationship with Tisha. So if you don't care about when you get to a point where they don't care about the relationship with Tisha, they're going to cuss Wanda out. That's it. Well, Marsau brought Mel a bottle of wine. And then LaTisha, who was just crying 2 episodes, where they made it seem like she was crying about the girl from Ready to Love. You said you're not an insecure woman, so why did you prance your happy ass over there when Marsau was talking to old girl? Ooh, why? Okay, exactly. I'm not an insecure woman. I'm not competing with anybody. That's the problem that women have now. You're not competing with anybody. And if your husband cheats on you with a woman, she's not your competition. She's not this is not a competition here. Clearly it's a buffet. This is not a competition. He's going out and doing what he wants to do. It doesn't have anything to do with you. So as soon as you place your fucking ass in a fucking line ready to race a bitch and be in competition with her, that's not what it's about. So you don't have to compete with anything. And nothing has to be lacking in your home either. These niggas do what they want to do. Because you know why? Y'all let them do what they want to do. And they do what they want to do because they know if you leave, bitch, I can go and to the side chick. Like Kai and Darian. I could do that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. There's no competition. Nothing has to be lacking. They do what they want to do because they are allowed to do it. If you ladies would not if you see a man that got a divorce and he was abusive and cheating on his wife, there should be no line of women. He should be single. That's it. You are unsuitable for partnership. You're not going to get a chance to keep fucking people over and over and over again. Ariane, she would marry Martell tomorrow if he asked her. Kai, put a ring on it. She wouldn't marry that dude if he asked her. That's how stupid. That's how stupid it is. That's how stupid it is. So it don't have to be a competition. You don't have to be lacking anywhere. So saying that means nothing. It means nothing. Marcel said, thank you for not inviting her in the house. That shit was hilarious to me. Melody, she said, did you take the bottle and meet up with her? I don't recall. Well, what happens if I did? Like, what y'all gonna do if I did? That's another thing. What are you going to do if he did? You gonna be mad? You gonna be mad and what? What would you be mad about? You're secure, right? Nothing's lacking, right? Marcel said, if after 15 years, if you don't know me, that's manipulative. Because you don't have to know somebody for them to go out and stick their dick in somebody. Or for her to go out and sit on a dick and do a full split. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Like, none of it matters. I wish y'all would wake up. None of it matters. How long you've been with him. How long you've known each other. Whether you've been friends first, like Alexia, her weird ass over there talking about we was friends. What the fuck does that mean, girl? When a pussy is right there available for him. Not even saying, no, you're in a... None of that. Available. It's a buffet. It's a buffet. And nobody is rationing. And you don't have to be in competition. You don't have to lack anything. You can be married for 30 years. Oh, and you don't know me after 15 years? Nigga, I don't have to know you. I can know everything about you and you still cheat. I want people to wake the fuck up. Anyways, he says, she puts her hand in his face. You're so secure that you had to violate his personal space, put your hands on him aggressively. Listen, let me tell you something. Unless I'm about to harm myself or someone else, don't put your hands on me in an aggressive manner. I don't care how small. Don't push me. Don't do none of that. Unless I'm about to harm myself or somebody else, you keep your motherfucking hands off me. Period. I don't care if you need me to look at you. Use your words, bitch. Don't grab my chin. Don't do none of that to get me to communicate with you. Keep your goddamn hands to yourself, Tisha. I didn't like that. I'm sorry. I don't like for people to don't put your hands on me in an aggressive way. Period. I don't get jiggy with that shit. Period. You're a known liar. Your mother is a known liar. And you might lie too. You're manipulative. Why does this white man keep waving at me with his old ass? With his little slippers on his dog. Every time he walked by me, he waved. Okay. If you don't know me by now, she was like, I asked you a direct answer. I need a direct question. I asked you a direct question. I need a direct answer. And then she was like, what did he say? You knew it was what you think you can't answer a question? Is it a dumb question? He was like, yeah, it's dumb. You knew it was dumb when you asked me. I said, I know that's right. Get her ass together. That's how I feel about it. Anyways, y'all let me know. Well, we didn't talk too long about this. I'm going to cut a lot out anyways. But take care of each other. Protect your energy. I'm going to come right back and do Potomac. All right. Peace.